What is up, YouTube? I know it has been a while since I have posted, but a lot has happened since then. But this week, I'm on spring break from school. I go to school full-time, and I work part-time, so pretty busy. Hard to make some time to make videos sometimes. But today is a special one, because we got a little announcement to make. There's a new vehicle on the channel. Now, I will reveal it right about now. So, the anticipation builds. Is stare at the garage door. In 3, 2, 1. Look at that. It's the all-new Wagoneer. It is the 2022 Wagoneer. Now, don't worry, we still have the Raptor. There is another issue going on with the Raptor right now. I'll cut to that actually right now. Alright, so we are here at Woodhouse Ford in Omaha. And here is the Raptor. She is going in for what I feared, and both cam phasers need replaced. So it's a pretty extensive process to have to go through and replace it. Yeah. So we're gonna be out for 2 weeks roughly for the Raptor. I think it's just with them being backed up and stuff, I'm not sure how long the process takes individually. So yeah, I think 2 weeks for the cam phasers both to get done. It was rattling and they inspected it and they said, yeah, both of them need replaced. So hopefully everything will go smoothly and it will be repaired. The good thing is that Woodhouse Ford here said they are willing to cover 2/3 of the cost for the repair, and that is more than I was expecting. Based on my previous experience through GM, they would have charged me the full price and then added 2/3 more of the cost. But luckily, in the meantime, while this is in the shop, we got the Wagoneer to get us around. So we'll see you in 2 weeks, old girl. And we're back. So now that we know what's going on with the Raptor, I can tell you that this vehicle is for my wife. We had been looking around. We wanted something a little bigger than her 4Runner and something a little more comfortable to drive and a little bit more luxurious. So we came up with this, and this is the Series 2 Wagoneer. Believe it or not, you can actually get the Grand Wagoneer, which is even more luxurious. Now this was a special order because we got more options than the standard Wagoneer. We got the Baltic color, we got the 22-inch rims, and a few other details. Take you on the inside. You can see the attention to detail that like Dodge, Chrysler, Ram has, and Jeep. I was surprised on how luxurious this vehicle was when we first got in it. I'll pull it forward so we can get a little more daylight. Okay. So, I mean, just everything about this we loved. To the like gray, wood grain finish, to the like black accents, the touchscreen, which was great. And this thing has a ton of options, and it's very spacious. And it has full ceilings, glass panel roofs. Even in the back, for the third row, there's a glass panel above. So this vehicle is very comfortable to drive. It has the 5.7 V8 Hemi in it, which is a little bigger than what I expected for this vehicle. I thought it would be a V6, but plenty of power. This takes a little bit to get used to. I'm so used to doing this or this. Yeah, this is interesting. I haven't had any issues with it yet. But we got this thing brand new. We've had it for 2 days now. We got 266 miles on it. And we love it so far. If you are in the market for a luxury SUV, I would highly recommend looking at a Wagoneer or a Grand Wagoneer. It's super spacious and has a lot of options for a quality price. Now, the Series 3 like Grand Wagoneer, it comes with a screen right here. It comes with the screen right in here for the passenger, and the backrest, headrest have screens on them for the rear passengers, and there's a few more odds and ends that make it $15,000 more. But this had everything we wanted, and so we pulled the trigger on it. We got rid of our 17 4Runner, and we got this. So it's definitely a big upgrade from the 4Runner. I will say that it's a lot much nicer, as one would expect after 5 years. But my favorite feature is probably the navigation in the display cluster right here. If it loads. Well, while that loads, I'll sort of go through some of the settings. You got your home page, navigation, music, recent iPhones connected, media, comfort, so you can adjust the air coming in for your feet and for your torso. And it's got all the options: heated and ventilated seats and steering wheel, navigation, Apple CarPlay, and vehicle. There's one thing that I wish this would have had that we don't have, and that's like the bird's eye view of for the camera function. The Raptor has that. I think it's in the Series 3 option, but overall impressed with it. And it does have a lot of options. I'm not sure how to, if we can lock the transfer case or if the vehicle automatically locks it itself. But here's the vehicle dynamics. We got gauges, which that's pretty cool. I like the way that looks. We can measure our pitch and roll in degrees. We can select our terrain. We can go standard or automatic, sport, snow, sand, and mud. I think this is like an at all times 4-wheel drive, and I guess the vehicle will sense the terrain and automatically send power to whichever wheel needs it. So our map's finally loaded up here, and I really like that. It's just right there in the display for you to see, instead of like looking over here. But just small things like that. Vehicle information, everything's digital. That's pretty cool. Yeah. It's vehicle information, our maps, and our vehicle information there. Music and dynamics. So yeah, we absolutely love it. Plenty of room. We have two large dogs that we take out to walk on trails and stuff. So all these seats fold down, and it's kind of a cool part about this. I'll take you back there. You can see there's plenty of room. There's a level here, and the whole seat can recline. This folds down, pull this lever, and you have options to set stuff down or have a little independent space here. Kind of turns it into captain seats. We got rear climate control right here. Here's our vents for it, plugins, and our third row seating. Now all of these fold down and forward, which leaves a lot of space. I'll show you how much space you can get. It's great. Ooh. Where is that at? Okay. Oh, there you are. So I mean, you can see here tons of room, tons of space. Let me get a measuring tape out. Let's see. So you can see we roughly have 7 feet 5 inches. I mean, that is plenty of room for most anything you would need. Our width is approximately 4 feet and 3 inches. And our opening is roughly 33 inches. So 3 inches short of 3 feet. So plenty of room back there to fit a lot of cargo and space and whatever else you might need. And this is just, oh, it's just a little cover right here so you can put some shade up, and there's a net. Then there's storage underneath here. More storage underneath here. Roof racks for cargo on top. And our jack down here, spare tire. So yeah, we are impressed with this vehicle. We love the way it rides. We love the attention to detail on it. I mean, I think we can all agree that Dodge is probably one of the best for interior design and luxury. And this is a really cool feature. The American flag in the direction where the stars are on the left hand side, which indicates it charging forward. And we really love this color. It's called Baltic. And you can just see like the attention to detail. It says Jeep in there. They did a really good job. Take you back inside. Yes. We did look at a couple Cadillacs, a couple GMCs, some Tahoes, but we like this one the most. Now these do come with a price. For a Grand Cherokee, you're looking at north of $80,000 for one of these. And that's comparable in price wise to like your Porsche SUVs and your Audi SUVs. But this one has a lot more room for the same price. But if you don't need that much room, then it might not be the best option for you. But yeah, this thing has been awesome so far. So I wanted to also take a moment to talk about the Raptor. So with the Raptor going through this extensive repair, it's going to be in the shop for a couple of weeks. I've been thinking about putting it up for sale. The market on used vehicles right now is at an all-time high, and I'm at about 75,000 miles on it, so I think it would be a good time to sell it before I get across the 80 mark and 90 and 100, where it really starts to depreciate. So right now it still kind of relatively has low miles, under 100,000 I guess you could say. So I'm thinking about putting it up for sale. Now here's why though. The market's hot right now, great time to sell it. And also Ford has announced that the Raptor R is coming out this year. Now I've read some reports about it coming out in the third, fourth quarter of this year. I still haven't really found a definitive answer on that. But what I have found is that the Ford Raptor R is coming out with a V8 and 750 horsepower. And I'll cut to a photo right now. And we're back. So as you can see, it's going to be really hard for me not to go to a powerhouse Raptor like that that will be making more horsepower than its competitor, the TRX. I did look at a couple TRXs there when we were buying this Jeep, or Cherokee, or not Cherokee, sorry, Wagoneer, and we did look at a couple Cherokees. They were very nice too, but we wanted a little more room. But anyways, they had two TRXs there, and the interior again is really hard to beat. But it makes about 700 horsepower. And this was kind of the first new off-road truck for Ram. And so I'm sure there's still some things to work out. Nobody really knows how well it does off-road. And the Ford Performance team has been making Raptors since 2010 when the Gen 1 came out. And I think that's why I'm going to stay with the Raptor. There's more into it. It's got more experience, if you will, but nothing against the TRX. Beautiful truck. Looked inside one, the interior is beautiful as expected. I would actually like to drive one, but I'm afraid I might not get out of it. But I'm really excited for the Ford Raptor to come out. And another thing is, when I brought the Raptor in for its issues. I think we were looking at 2,500, 2,800 overall. So hang on, my dogs are gonna go crazy here in a sec. Let me grab them. So, as I was saying, sorry, my neighbors were walking out and they got all their dogs. So my dogs were about to go crazy at the screen door. Anyways, here's why I'm staying with Ford as far as the Raptor. When I went to take it in for the cam phaser issues, we were looking at over $2,000, I think. And they offered to cover, I think it was 2/3 of the total cost. And this truck is a 2017, so it's 5 years old, it's out of warranty, and it's got 77,000 miles on it to be exact. So I mean, they stood behind their product. They were willing to pay for 2/3 of a cost of a repair, and to me that just is the kind of dealer and manufacturer I want to do business with. Somebody who believes in their product and backs it up when there's issues. Now I did have a 2014 Chevy Silverado RMT, and it was like an off-road truck at the time. It was basically just a half-ton Z71. Then they sent it to a third party and they did the lift kit on it, wheels and fender flares and stuff like that. And that truck ended up having tons of issues. For one, the front diff had it ended up having a hairline fractured crack in the diff and oil leaked out of it. And they tried to, I actually bought like 2 extra warranties just to make sure this brand new truck was covered. And what happened was this truck had like 20,000 miles on it when this all happened, and the manufacturer warranty I was denied because, I'm not kidding you, this is what they said when I went to go talk to the president of Team Auto Center in Scottsbluff. Those trucks are not supposed to be built like that. And I'm quoting that. That's what he told me when I talked to him. But they were still selling these products even though they're not meant to be built like that. So I couldn't believe it. They denied me warranty, factory warranty, 20,000 miles, brand new truck, 2014. So I reached out to the second party warranty for specialty vehicles like this that the dealership sold me for an extra $3,000. And so they send out this inspector to come look at it from way out east, like it was this huge deal. He comes out, looks at it, and I get denied again because he says, oh, we only cover 4 inches of lift. This has a 6-inch lift on it. So they weaseled their way out of it. Again, I try to contact the dealer and get my money back from the warranty. I didn't get any phone calls back. I left hundreds of phone calls. I was very upset trying to get this resolved. Got nothing back out of it. Ended up having to fix the vehicle myself out of my own pocket, because even the dealership said, we don't know how to work on this to take this apart to get this out because of this lift. It was the worst experience of owning a vehicle in my entire life. And it was hard for me because I grew up a GM guy. My dad was always into GM, and I've had 5, 6 GM trucks my life and a GTO. So I grew up that way, but that was really the turning point for me to find somebody else. And so after I was denied on a brand new vehicle with 20,000 miles, and they said their vehicle wasn't meant to be this way, brand new, which the package they put on it, I went to somebody who said our vehicle is meant to be this way. You can take it and jump it. You won't have to worry about that when you're with us. So in came the Ford Raptor. And they've stood behind it, and they've been great to work with. So for that, I will probably stay with Ford. And being a Ford Raptor guy, how can you not think twice about owning a 750 horsepower Raptor? Now, there is a trade-off with that. How heavy is the front end gonna be? Is it really gonna be great for performing off-road? Or is it just gonna be something where you can say you have the most horsepower? And I guess we'll see what results are coming out with it. And I can tell you one thing though, the big transition between the 2nd gen Raptor and the 3rd gen Raptor is the 4-link coiled over rear end. Now the 1st and 2nd gen, they have leaf springs in the back, and there's been a lot of complaints about wheel hop, going up over bumps. It's where the back end hits a bump, comes up and like hops to the left or right, and it feels a little wonky. Now TRX was introduced with a coiled over 4-link rear suspension in the T-Rex, and it was a game changer for them. And so far I've heard great things about it, and Ford made the transition in doing the same thing. So I'm sure it's a much better ride quality, and I think it's probably going to do a lot better off-road. So I'm excited for the 3rd gen Raptor R to come out. So I think I'm going to let go of the 2nd gen Raptor right now, while the market's hot, and start watching for a 3rd gen Raptor R. So that's kind of the plan with the Raptor right now. I definitely took it in and I made sure, hey, I'm thinking about selling this. While you're at it, go through, make sure everything's good. I don't want to turn over a problem child to somebody else. You know, I want it to be a golden boy for someone else. I will be sad to let it go. I've got a lot of time and money into that truck. I've put intake, turbo inlet pipes, SDP downpipes, full exhaust, tune, Icon leveling kit, wheels, tires, Baja Design lights. So it's been a great truck, and I really liked it, and I'll be sad to let it go, but I'm ready for what's new, and I'm ready for some more horsepower. And I also miss the sound of V8, so I will be excited to see what they do. I haven't had any, or I haven't read anything about it being like a supercharged V8 or a turbocharged V8 coming out with the Raptor. I assume it's going to be a supercharged V8, similar to what's in the Mustang, which will be awesome. So really excited for that. But for now, while the Raptor's in the shop, we'll be mobbing this luxurious Wagoneer. And just look at the attention to detail. This is an awesome, very comfortable vehicle. We're excited to have it. So yeah, big things coming for the channel. Stay tuned. I'm gonna try to get in the shop, because I think they have to pull the cab off of the truck. I want to see what it looks like underneath with the cab off. See what it looks like. But yeah, stay tuned. There's some big things coming. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.